love, welcome home to Eden. Blessings in this sacred time of year. The snow is falling down, and we are envisioning today in Eden a place where men and women really love each other, respect each other's differences, celebrate each other's sameness, and come together to experience blissful growth. But I've been thinking about the machismo around the world and how I tend to really aggrandize Latin guys, brown guys from around the world because I love some of the machismo. I love the game of them actually, there being polarity and getting to feel my femininity without having to be like a guy. I'm always kind of promoting a little bit of machismo, and I realized that as I talk to more friends, like one of my Latin friends, he's so wise, he was saying, Eve, but the thing is, sometimes the Latin machismo, all these compliments that at least they're playing the game of complimenting the woman, it can be like a veneer. He was a Latin guy, so he's being extra hard on his kind, and he says, but underneath, the real question with machismo is, does the man feel you are his equal as a being, or does he feel he needs to be he's smarter and he's got to dominate? How would he feel if his boss was a woman? Would he be okay with that? How is he with listening to you and taking your advice, and with you disagreeing with him altogether? Does he have any humbleness to learn from you? These are intense things that, really what we were talking about together, my friend and I, were these women who are with perfectly horrible guys who are so rude to them and are so bossy, and we're like, how do these beautiful women get with these guys? And I was saying, well, because they got wined and dined in a really lovely way, and the guy changed completely the moment they got married. My daughter is talking about her friend who in her friend's homeland, they have to wear a hijab, and if they don't wear their hijab, they actually get stopped by the police. There are police that go roaming around looking for girls without their hijabs on their heads, and that if you don't go around in a group of people, you get groped and grabbed by men. Well, what's going on with the men of the planet? Well, one of the things that's going on is this whole thing where the men are not allowed to marry, they're not allowed to be sexual, they're not allowed to have girlfriends unless they have jobs to support the woman to marry her. Well, with no jobs and no way, the men are like, what do they do with that sexual force, that intense testosterone? How will they ever release it without starting to fight if there's no release? Right? So a lot of these problems are born of religion and also economic greed of people in leadership positions who don't understand their own abundance is completely dependent upon the well-being and happiness of the people supporting their big companies. So sexuality of the male, in the whole movie Jane, where Jane Goodall is watching the chimps, we see that the male chimps, as long as their sexuality has release with the woman monkeys, especially this one matriarch monkey where they all are her mate, they are happy monkeys. But when she dies and they lose the heart of their village, the chimps go berserk and start going a killing rampage. So how can we free the sexuality of men while releasing childbirth, so that it doesn't always have to be the guy has a perfect job and all this money? Well, one of the things is to think about is, what if we as women, we need protection when we have kids. We need somebody to stand by us and help raise that kid. But the Hmong women of China, what they figured out is that they raise their kids with their brothers. And they don't know who the fathers are because they have so many lovers. They actually have as many lovers as they want in a day and a week, and nobody gets to claim the woman as their... This is pretty far out, isn't it? But it's one of the very, very peaceful place in the world. And they say the most peaceful places on earth are places where women are promiscuous or, religion is not controlling sexuality so much. All right, so food for thought, right? All right. What's the point of this video? I don't know. But I hope it goes somewhere into your heart on this joyous time, and may you love life even more today, darling. Love life. Okay.